This is a book by Laura Smith on Eileen Agar. I must have seen these before. These heads, these cut-out heads with sort of sea creatures and things swimming through them. And then I read this bit that Laura Smith has written about Eileen Agar's work, where she talks about that frequently drawn parallel between the subconscious and the depths of the ocean. And I have been a bit obsessed with that since I read it. I mean, I have been looking at ancient musical instruments and these sort of the sound aspect of, you know, a vessel, so it can hold water or float on the water, but also you know, those ancient sort of guitars or musical instruments where they're that sort of, often they're made of gourd, and how sound moves around or sort of resonates in that space. I mean, the boat form is this, it comes from the form of a fish, right, or a seed pod, so that's why boats are the shapes they are. Have you seen those sort of round coracles, those really ancient coracles that are sort of, there's some in the Maritime Museum. Yeah, so I have been looking at these for the last 3 years. It's not really surprising, is it, that they're starting to sort of filter in. Oh, it's a good bit of wood, that. I think I've just always liked playing around with the different associations of things, you know, like the Surrealists were doing, that sort of clash of two things, making something, you know, a new, odd thing. I've always quite enjoyed doing that. Can do that really easily with collage, you know, just taking two elements and just putting them together. But also I think I'm becoming more comfortable with the idea that it's okay to have lots of quite seemingly disparate interests. And I think I was sort of taught at art school that you have to find one thing and focus on that and just repeat that, get known for that one thing, or research one thing till you're expert in that one thing. I suppose that's, you know, without going too deep, that's sort of our society, isn't it, in the West. Find one thing and be an expert at that. It's very sort of left brain, goal, success way of thinking. So I'm becoming more comfortable with the idea that it's okay to have to be more generalist and to dip in and out of things a little bit. And also just, I'm interested in this idea that, you know, we're all just atoms of energy, everything is connected and everything is interdependent. So things might seem like they're totally unrelated, but everything is connected. Often at the beginning of a workshop, I'll lead the group through something like a breath drawing, just to feel really rooted and relaxed and shift into that more focused space. I'll say something like, you know, relax your shoulders, feel the weight of your body, so whether you're sitting or standing, feel the weight of your body, your feet on the floor, and that energy of the earth kind of coming up through your feet. And just, yeah, relax your shoulders and take a moment to just notice your breath, this automatic thing that we do every day. And just notice the breath in and the breath out. And when you're ready, make a mark on the paper for every breath out, for the length of that breath. So any line or squiggle, you can keep your pen on the paper, and every breath out, for the length of that breath, making a mark on the paper, just bringing the attention to your breath. It's nice how the light comes through it, comes from behind it. Such a good colour. I can show you some of the recent clay things. They tend to be glazed on the inside so that they hold water. They're not necessarily functional objects, but I like the idea that they can at least hold water, or that they would float, that they could collect rainwater. And the idea that you can play with them and stack them. It is almost like some sort of game. It's like a Jenga, isn't it? The way these lumps of wood are sort of stacked in the yard. On the Moving Landscapes project, we were thinking about the idea of, absorbing a landscape or a place with all senses. So really thinking about the sound and feeling. I've made quite a few little sculptures, maquettes that make sound. So they're somewhere between sculpture and musical instruments. I think it's just that encouraging play, encouraging people to play.